today we have these Upavon cutters. We had a long discussion about how to pronounce this. Curtis went to the Google box. We found it Upavon, right? Upavon? Upavon for me leprechaun behind the camera. Okay, so there is a little bit of instruction that we're going to show you. We're going to show you how to use them. We're going to show you how to maintain them. We're going to show you a few hacks on a few different things you can do with them. But anyway, welcome to the Upavon cutter video.
Yeah, that's a big brown bro.
Okay, so we have these fancy little cutters, and as you can see, I've made a little holder for them out of some spare foam I have. I'll show you how to do that. It's not the most technical thing ever, but anyway, I'll put those aside. Essentially, you can use these cylindrical cutters that are sharpened on one edge to make stuff like this. And there are a few things that are going to help you to make this work smoothly, and then we'll show you some things that can happen with it that may mean that you need to fix stuff. All right, so first things first, you do need a drill for this. If you just try to mash this down through the foam, it's going to look terrible. So get a drill. That's critical. Next thing is you need to get a Yeti cup personalized from Renzetti with some soapy water in it. You may or may not need that, but I find that it works great. No, but the soapy water definitely does help quite a bit. So basically you're just going to take the drill, and you want to make sure that when you chuck your drill you have enough to get through the foam. These Upavon, that's such a weird word to say, these Upavon foams are fairly thin, but if you use the Wapsi foam blocks, you're going to need to chuck it a little bit further forward to get it through the block. All right, so I'll just use the, what is this, 7mm, and I'll try to chuck that close to the tip so I have plenty of length here. And I'm just going to dip this into the soapy water. All right. Now, as I do this, what I like to do is I'm not going to drill down into the table or anything. This is sharp, but it's not even sharp enough to cut you. So what I like to do is I'll take this and I'll just start it. I'm going to go on the number 2 speed for this. It's as fast as my drill can go. And I'm just going to hammer down on this, and I'm going to drill down until I can feel it with my finger. I can barely feel that with my finger, and then if I pull that out just after I feel it with my finger, it's not going to go all the way through, so I can pull this the blade off of here, and then just push that out with my finger and pop that out just like that. Now, because I'm spinning the drill quickly and I'm going through the foam slowly, I get a nice, very smooth cut like this. So if you were to do this and go all the way through, and this is the way it's designed, it works as well. So I'll do another one. So I'm all the way through. A lot of times you'll have a little bit of foam sticking out, so it's easy to grab. But if you can't, just grab a little bodkin, go like this, and help it feed its way out, and then you can get that out of there. So anyway, that's the basic way to use this drill, or these cutters. Okay, so let's say that you do that, and I'll show you an example. This, I took the smallest one that I have, I dinged the edge of it a little bit, and I doled it up on purpose, and this is what happens if you have a dull blade. So it's not the end of the world. It's really easy to fix. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blade that's dull, and I'll show you. So I'll try that again. I'll show you. This is a dull blade. And if I pull that out of there, it's all rough. That's actually a lot better than the first one, but it's still really, really rough and scraggly, and you don't want that. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to chuck it a little bit further down, and I just have a hook file, and I'm going to use the coarse side. If you have a knife sharpening file or anything like that, it will work as well. And all I'm going to do is, let's see if I can do this on camera easily. Can you see it, Brig? Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start the drill, and I'm just going to hold this at this angle or whatever angle I want while I have it in the drill, and this will help to sharpen that blade. And I just use the coarse side. If you use just the coarse side, it makes little micro teeth in there and it will sharpen really, really well. And I can kind of feel the burrs with my finger. I need a little bit more. Okay, now with the sharpened blade, I should be able to now go into this foam and I didn't go in all the way to my finger, so if I do that I can just pull that out. But you can see how much smoother this one is versus that one after I sharpened it. So that's the way to sharpen a blade. It's really, really simple. We've had people say, well, I dulled my blade, so I want a replacement. They don't stay sharp. But the real answer is just, it takes 30 seconds to doctor up a blade, and then you're good to go. All right, now that we're there, let me just show you this guy. All I did is I took each blade and I drilled out each individual hole. And then I left this one so I could show you on camera. I just take a little plug. Let me see, a little bit less. I put it back down in the hole, and on the back side, I'll put a little bit of super glue, like that. And then I just push that down into place. And then it's set. It will hold that foam. As you can see on the bottom, it's kind of rough, but that way when I put these in, and they're not going to go all the way through it and ding my blade on the table. So anyway, it's just a real rough thing. I know that some of you guys that are woodworkers and crap like that are going to come out with like something really super cool. But anyway, this is how I store mine at my house. So now that we've seen just the overall instruction on how to use this, let me just show you a couple of methods. Or the bionic ant, for example. That's a super popular fly. So for a bionic ant, I'm just going to chuck up maybe the 6 or 5. And I'm just going to dip it in the water. And I went too far through, no big deal. And pop that out. Now I've got bionic ant bodies of any size that I want to do. You can trim those up. You can use them just like that. This foam also is super durable. When we first got it, it kind of looked like it would get chewed up by fish teeth, but it really doesn't very much. All right, so there's the bionic ant body. Now let's show you how to make perfect booby eyes. So I have some of these. I like tying 6mm booby eyes quite a bit. That's a pretty versatile size. So it depends on the size of hook that you're using, but I'll probably just cut that right in half. So cut that in half, and once I have it here, I'm just going to come around the edges and just take off the edge a little bit. And once the edge is taken off, I'm just going to hit them with the lighter real quick and roll them in my fingers. like that. And that's all you need to do for booby eyes. I'll get the vise over here and I'll show you what it looks like when I put it on a hook. Okay, so now I have the booby eye. There are a couple different ways. You can just lay it here and tie it in. But a really cool method that I've seen is you're just going to take the booby eye like that, and you see how those are perfectly round. No YouTube comments that are smart aleck about round booby eyes. It's just not appropriate. Anyway, but 2 turns and a slight pull, it looks just like that, and then I can just start wrapping that up to the hook. Once it gets about where I want it, I can hit it with some figure-8 wraps, and then if you want to really lock them in, you can super glue them, but it's pretty good it's a good thing to use thick thread. And this is a small hook. I just grabbed it because it was on the table. But anyway, that will create a really nice uniform booby eye, rounded. And then I don't know how many booby eyes you could get out of a block like this, but it's a really affordable way to make those as well. Okay, so there you have it. The Upavon, that's the way you say it. These cutters are awesome, super versatile to make terrestrial bodies in all different sizes, booby eyes, and the works. So this video will show you how to use them, maintain them, and just how to be happy. Not choked up, that was just a frog in my throat.